welcome to another House of Bread video. Welcome, Will.
Thank you, Jack.
Wonderful. Right, let's crack straight on with what we're talking about this week. Before we do that, actually, there wasn't a video last week. There won't be one next week because we're busy, guys.
Yeah.
We're really busy. So HoB News will be able to be starting soon.
Yeah.
I hope we've got loads of stuff to chat about.
Loads of stuff.
And other things that come up. Perhaps Quid on a Lid's going to make a return. The tinometer. But we might adapt that this year, and we'll explain more in future videos. But keep an eye out for that. Right, Will.
Yes.
We are going to be talking about ostriches. Ostriches. Well, essentially what they do, allegedly. Do they stick their heads in the sand?
I've never seen one do it, but it's a very good analogy for what we're going to talk about.
Well, we're talking about sticking your head in the sand, and then we've got something else to talk about at the end about the changes post-COVID to the welfare system. So, Will, sticking your head in the sand, it's something that we're all inclined to do, but it is pretty much the 100% of what we deal with at House of Bread is somebody at the very, very beginning got a letter through the post, panicked, put it in the bin, out of sight, out of mind.
The thing that we need to do is we need to see, if you're going to come in and see us, or whichever agency you're going to work with, they need to see the first letter, not the last letter. And what I mean by that is an agency will reach out to you, they will write to you at that address, and they will be demonstrating what the shortfaller is and giving you some options actually within that letter. But sometimes, and particularly for a lot of our friends, it becomes too much of a problem and then it slips into a chaotic situation.
It's really weird doing this job because it's given us a view into the support that companies and agencies will give you if you can't make your bill payments. I mean, it's something that I didn't know. You grow up and you see these big scary things like if you can't pay it, we'll take it away, and I think there's even a TV show about that.
Channel 4.
And how, probably Channel 5, and how, you know, if you don't do this will happen, repossession of your home or whatever. Actually, there is a lot of support out there if you begin to struggle, but you've got to ask for it. And it's something that I stumbled across many years ago. I had to call the council because something happened, and because I do this job, again, before I would have been inclined to just ignore it, but now as soon as I get it, dial the phone. Whatever I'm doing, I just dial that number, and the lady was super helpful, and it was sorted out, and actually it was their mistake.
And if you can manage it yourself, that's great. We tend to work with people who stick their head in the sand.
Indeed. Or just can't deal with it,
or maybe
sort it out anyway.
Read the document. There's 101 different reasons. The key thing is to go to the company first, or go to another agency that can help. There are lots available. Citizen Advice, for example. Different Christians Against Poverty. There's lots of different organisations. If you were to come to us, then we can speak on your behalf, or we can work with the Citizen Advice and be the go-between between the company and you. And that is to work out a payment that is within your budget. One of the problems with companies is that they'll say to you, right, we need to have these payments, and they'll set the bar quite high. You might panic and say, yes, I can afford X figure. Actually, you can't. And it's not achievable in able to do that and feed yourself.
And in the world, I mean, Martin Lewis is a great person for this. If you haven't got access to the internet, which a lot of our friends don't, to chop and change your providers, whether that be water, whether that be electric, gas, internet, whatever it is, obviously that's an oxymoron if you struggle with the internet. But if you can't log on and chop and change and get the cheapest deal, the companies will just go, oh, no, we're adding this on, and suddenly you're paying double what you paid a couple of years ago.
And the other thing is, more and more ways of contacting an organisation are online. And I've noticed it's probably 90%. And if you don't have access at home, or you feel uncomfortable about going to the library, it's going to be a massive problem for you, because a lot of it is all paperless. Trying to get yourself a copy of your gas bill or something is quite a hassle.
So what we're saying, if you've got a letter that's got any red lettering on at all,
urgent,
or a letter before that urgent letter, get in touch. This isn't about House of Bread. This is, worldwide. Get in touch with your local charity or your local agency.
From a friend.
Yeah,
you know, get somebody alongside
or a friend. It is super important, and the majority of the time you'll be able to sort out what it is really easily, really quickly. There might be some difficult decisions you have to make, you know, cutting back, all that kind of thing.
If you don't do it early enough and don't sort it out, then particularly if you're a young person, you can get your credit rating really damaged, which puts things into further life, like thinking of hiring things and mortgages and things,
rent and
that sort of thing. That's going to really make it difficult for you. So it's really important that you address it right at the beginning.
With all this going on, COVID-19, I said the C word, the pandemic in the background, and the bumper of money that the welfare system put in, which was fantastic, is now being reduced. And it's leading to a lot of panic in our friends that we're seeing at House of Bread, and people who don't know about House of Bread or feel that they're too okay to come down to House of Bread. Well, the money is changing. Furlough is easing off and off. So job losses are coming. What is out there for people who, if there's anybody's watching this and worrying about their money shortening?
So you will be getting a letter, if you haven't already received it, saying that £20 additional COVID allowance, on universal credit is stopping. So again, it's about early intervention. If you're in a situation where that £20 made a difference, and it did for millions of people, don't bury your head in the sand again. You need to think about communicating with whomever it is. If you're working with somebody whose job it is to support you, tell them the problem. They can't read your mind. Just reach out. Everybody gets to a situation. It could be you could be a victim of all sorts of reasons or circumstance. The fact is, you've got a problem. You need to really address it. But that's going to affect everybody in universal credit, and that's many hundreds of thousands of people.
And it's nothing to be ashamed of. 100%, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Things can happen to anyone at any time. You know, people in an absolutely secure financial position. Their washing machine breaks, their fridge breaks. You know, the number of times we've supported people who are so embarrassed to be asking for our help because they feel like they're okay. It just can hit anyone at any time. So don't be ashamed by it. Come on in or give us a call. It's completely discreet here at House of Bread. We don't judge anybody. Or if you're watching this further afield, just call a local charity, call an organisation that helps with that kind of thing, and they will be delighted to be able to support you. Right, some proper practical advice, I think there, Will.
Proper.
How rare. Thank you very much for joining me.
I'm looking forward to HoB News. We've got lots of exciting things.
Did I say that we've done this video twice, and I can't remember whether I said it in this one or not? No. Right, okay. So HoB News will be able to be starting soon. I hope we've got loads of stuff to chat about. Thank you very much, Will.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you very much, guys at home, for watching. Don't forget to like and share these videos. It really does help. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.